What up gamers, I'm Jason, and today on Dice & Dragons I'm going to be unboxing Red Rising, the board game. Now this is the retail edition. It is designed by Jamey Stegmaier and Alexander Schmidt with art by Jackie Davis, Miles Bensky, and Justin Wong. Now we are also going to be unboxing the upgrade pack, so if you are getting the retail edition, you will have the opportunity to get some of the upgraded components. Now, before we continue, I'm going to take a few seconds and we're going to have an image that's going to pop up on the screen here. It's going to show you the differences between the retail edition and the collector's edition. Now, as you can see, the collector's edition does come with a custom insert and a gold foiled numbered box. You will not be able to get that with the upgrade pack, but the upgraded components will be available directly from Stonemaier Games. Now, let's get back to it. What will you be doing in Red Rising? Well, in this 1 to 6 player game, you're going to be vying for control of the dystopian society that is just known as the Society against the other houses. Now there are 6 different houses that all have asymmetric powers. The house that is will be the starting house, if it is included in the game, you'll be assigning those tiles randomly, is House Apollo, the house of the golds. Now you may be wondering why I'm mentioning that. Well, this dystopian society is divided into 14 different castes. So you'll be playing cards of different colors. That's how the castes are identified, from greens, oranges, purples, the aforementioned reds, because this is Red Rising, as well as the gold, the ruling class. Now, if you're a fan of the book series, you're going to see some of those characters making an appearance in the game. And what you will be doing in the game is playing characters to trigger their abilities, as well as maybe keeping them in your hand to score points and become the house that at the end of the game will have the most points and will take control of the society. Now, with that being said, we're going to start out by taking a look at what's in the retail edition box. Then we're going to take a look at the upgrade pack. If you just want to see one of those, take a look down below in the video description. You'll find the timestamps. They'll point you in the right direction. Now let's take a look at what's inside. Now let's take a look at what's in the box for the retail edition of Red Rising. Eager to see myself. I've only taken a quick peek. So here we have the house tiles, and as they're already coming out, why don't I just pop them all out and we shall take a look at the different houses and their asymmetric powers. So we have House Apollo. So you take the first and last turns. Also, whenever you gain the sovereign token, even if you already have it, reveal and place not deploy the top card of any deck on any location. Pretty cool. Jupiter, whenever you gain the sovereign token, even if you already have it, advance once on the fleet track. Mars, whenever you gain the sovereign's token, even if you already have it, gain 1 helium. Minerva, whenever you gain the sovereign token, even if you already have it, roll the rising die and gain the corresponding bonus. The result of the roll is the sovereign token. You can select any other bonus on the die. House Diana, whenever you gain the sovereign token, not going to say what's next, place 1 influence on the Institute. Series, begin the game with +1 card, and whenever you gain the sovereign token, banish any 1 card from a location of your choice. At the end of the game, banish 1 card from your hand. So as you can see, we've got quite a few different asymmetric powers. Now here we've got the board, which will be laid out like this. So you can see we've got a spot for one of the components. We have the 4 different planets, as well as the fleet track, and we can see how many points we'll be scoring. And this section up here is for the Institute. So we'll put the board here. Now we have the rule book. Nice feel and layout, like all Stonemaier games. So very clear with regards to setup, the anatomy of a character card, game in and scoring. I really love it when you get a rulebook that's only a few pages. It means that the game is going to be fairly straightforward, and I always enjoy that. So here we've got the Atoma, so these solo rules for Red Rising, explanation of how to set them up, and then how to play using the Atoma. So later on, we will be doing a review and a how to play of the solo mode. Since we're getting a little bit of glare off the rule books, we'll just place that underneath the board so we get a nice, nicer look. Now here we've got the holder for the helium-3, which will be placed there on the board. And like we've been seeing in a lot of games, we've got the plastic gems, which all seem to be coming from the same manufacturer. So here we've got the plastic components. We have our fleet token, as well as these cubes, which I believe are the influence cubes that are used with regards to the Institute. So we have the blue ones for House Jupiter that are already taken out. We just wanted to make sure that it was easy to show you. Now here we've got the scoring pads for the game. And always love the fact that they are double-sided, so you'll be able to use them multiple times. Now let's take a look at what we've got here. So odd, even, location, automaton. So this is the automa deck. And how to use that. And these cards are also for the automa. So we'll all of that back in its bag so that it doesn't get mixed in with any of the other components. So we looked at the stuff for the Jupiter components. So let's see what else we have here. So we do get a nice amount of bags, actually a whole lot of bags, which will make sorting and organizing the components easier. So let's take out the other colors just so that you're able to see what they look like. They look better when they're not in plastic. So here we've got yellow for Apollo. See, this almost looks gold, but I think it's more of a bronze color, gold, bronze, depending on, I think, the game that you're playing and what they want to call the color for series. Well, I'll just take this out. As you can see here, we've got the rising die that you'll be rolling during the game. Now we've got all of the components for House Minerva. And I do like the purple color of the components. Put these into a bag. I'm getting a little bit bigger bags than we actually need. I might swap some of that stuff out with just some bags that I keep kicking around that are a little smaller. Save these larger bags for something else. So here we have the Sovereign token, as well as the first player token. And then we just have the other two colors that we need to take a look at. And then we'll move on to the cards. And after that, we'll be taking a look at the collector's upgrade pack. So while there are quite a few components, there's not too much to manage. And this doesn't want to open easily. So we've got our reds. I'm sure that a lot of the fans of the books are going to want to play the Mars faction, but I've just started listening to the audiobook, so I don't know really who the other fan favorites might be. So we've got our reds for Mars. And the last faction is Diana. Green. I'm just going to move this off to the side. I'm not sure if I'm even going to keep that bag with these components as of yet. And of course, the green one, I use a little more force, and the forces of Diana are trying to already take over the system. But there you can see the components that we have for all of the different houses. And you get a nice idea as to what the colors look like. A little better than when it's just in a plastic bag. All right, we've taken a look at the components that we're going to be using for the board. Let's now take a look at the cards themselves. So here we have the 6 different reference cards for the game. So turn overview, setup, and they're all identical except for their color. I always love when there's a little bit of a touch, like, having the cards be different color instead of just them being standard. Now let's see what we've got in terms of the character cards. So we've got a green programmer developer. You can see his victory points, deployability, as well as these other victory points. Not quite sure what they are. We've got diplomat. We've got Octavia, the gold elite. I believe she is the current sovereign from where I'm at in the story. Got the martyr, the masseuse, Dr. Virani, Io. So for those who are fans of the books, Darrow's wife, at the beginning of the story. Invictus, the blue pilot. Let's see if we can find some of the bigger names. Orion, Jorn, Tactus, Severo, Mustang, Arius. I want to find Darrow, but really enjoying the art from the cards. We're really not going to spend all that much time going through them other than trying to find Darrow here, since he is we've got Uncle Nerold, so Darrow's uncle. And there's Darrow, the protagonist of the series. So 10 victory points, gain any other non-gold from this faction. Banish Darrow unless you deployed him on a gold. If you have 7 or more, 30 victory points if you have 7 or more cards, including Darrow. So pretty cool stuff. Lysander. Really like the look of the cards for the game. Now, one thing I'm noticing, I'm not quite sure what size the sleeves are for this, but I've got my nice handy dandy Mayday Games chart, and I'll use that because depending on how Julie and I feel about this game, probably going to end up sleeving it. So there you have it. We've taken a look at all the components in the retail edition of Red Rising. I'm going to get all this stuff back in the box, and now we're going to take a look at the upgrade pack, which is available for those of you that want to get the retail edition, as you're not sure if you're going to be loving the game, and you don't have to worry about missing out on most of those sweet, sweet components. So keep it right here. I'll be back in a flash. I'm going to take a quick look at the components for the upgrade pack for Red Rising. Now, as you can see, it does include card holders for each of the different houses. And as we do have them here, we'll take a look at them in the card holders in just a second. So you do get the upgraded gold cards that do have the foiled inlays on the side and at the top. So these will just replace all of the gold cards that you have in the retail edition and upgrade it to what the collector's edition has received. And if we're talking about just the way the card holder works, we'll just pick one in the middle. So as you can see, nice and easy. Lets you put your cards in, and they're nice and visible to you, as well as hidden from the other players. Now we do get the upgraded Sovereign token, which is a nice metal painted gold. We have the upgraded First Player token, which is also gold. And then we have the upgraded metal components for all of the different houses. So I'm going to try to remember them all. Here we've got the purple for Minerva. We've got the blue for Jupiter, the green for Diana. Here we have the yellow, well, now it really looks gold, for Apollo. We've got the rust red for Mars and the bronze for Ceres. Now we'll just pick up each of the fleet tokens, bring it up so you can get a good look at the color. But that's what you're getting for the upgraded component for Red Rising. If you love the game and you're like myself and you really enjoy metal components in games, then this is something that you're going to want to check out if you happen to pick up the retail version and you decide that you quite enjoy the game, as this will be available directly from Stonemaier Games. And I'm just going to show you after we take a look at the color for Minerva. So I got a picture popping up that was sent to us courtesy of Jamey Stegmaier. So you can see it now. It is just an example of the upgrade pack set up. You can see what it's going to be adding to your game. So make sure that you check it out if you're interested. And there you have it. We've taken a look at all the components for Red Rising, as well as the upgrade pack. Now keep it right here, as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So if you'd like to see some pictures of Julie and I playing Red Rising, check out those feeds. Also, if you're looking for a new game and maybe even potentially to get Red Rising once it is available via retailers, you can take a look at our discount code for multizone.ca, which is a game store located in Gatineau, Quebec. They do ship all over the place, and the great thing about that is you'll get 10% off your next purchase, as well as supporting the channel, because when you purchase something from them using the discount code, a small portion of that purchase will be returned to us. So, great way to support us and get some new games. Now, popping up in front of me, you're going to see a link to our most recently released video. And over here, you're going to see a link to, I'm thinking we're going to do Pendulum, so it will be a review and how to play. Well, we didn't do the how to play. It'll just be our review of Pendulum by Stonemaier Games. And with that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.